Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. The Sunday morning, as usual, we'll be studying the Yoga Vasistha. Before that, let us chant this mantra. Dikkaladi anavachinna ananta chinmatra murtaye Svanubhuti ekamanaya namah shantaya tejase. I salute the Supreme Brahman who is beyond all qualities, tranquil, above all limitations, above all time, space and causations, the embodiment of infinite consciousness and can be known only through the proof of one's own experience. So this is the Brahman we are discussing, and this subject that we are discussing is a purely the path of knowledge that they are indicating. So we are traveling through the path of knowledge. What is that knowledge? Again and again we have to remind ourselves the knowledge of oneness. And what is that ignorance? It is the conception of many. So these two. So where from the many came, and who is this one? How to reach back to this one? What happens after reaching back? These are the things that we are constantly studying and pondering, meditating on, like that. And then we will reach to that blessed condition. Now friends, we are reading the Jivana Mukta, the ever remains untarnished. That the Jivana Mukta condition, the still that the same Jivana Mukta, a little more about the leaving the free, that he will be telling. Last Sunday we discussed what is the bondage. Again and again, the Vedanta student, they know this is nothing but thinking this world which is transitory, temporary, as permanent. That is bondage. The moment we think this world as permanent, what happens? Obviously, all desire goes to that. We like to grab that. We like to have that. And in the what is the result? Suffering. And suffering not only in this life, we carry that impressions to the next life and next life and next life. It continues. Even it says, the Hindus, they say there is a kalpa. And when the kalpa is over, in every kalpa there are 4 yugas, Satya, Treta, Dapar, Kali. That we can imagine the kalpa means such a long period of times. Even in that, those who are having the desire for enjoying this world, they come again and again in different forms. And not only that, after the kalpa is over, if that particular soul cannot change and cannot give up the desire, it goes to the next kalpa again. So that is why the God himself who has created this universe is coming down in different forms and giving us this teaching. Now Sri Ramachandra has come, the avatar of Lord Vishnu. And this avatar is behaving just like a human being. As a young boy, he doesn't know, he wants to learn. So his guru, the family guru, Vasistha, is giving him all these advices. What is the advice? The Rama, whether you stay in this world or you go out as a mendicant, it is all the same. Because if you know this world is temporary, transitory, wherever you live, it is all right. So since you are a prince, so obviously it is good for you to perform your sadharma, so that in the society the other people will also follow you. So that is the all this training is going on. And the last Sunday we quoted from the Vasistha Muni. He is telling to Sri Ramachandra to give an impression about this world. What is this world? It is just nothing but in a print of a cow, hoof of a cow. That much. Go padam prithibi. The go padam prithibi. When a cow is walking on the muddy road, it makes the imprint on that, small. A little water may be accumulated on that, and that much it is world. And then Meru Snayu. The Meru, this huge mountain, is just like one pillar. Akasha Mudrika. And the sky that you see, the most vast Akasha, is just Mudrika. What is this Mudrika? Mudrika means the hole of the ring. That small hole, that is Akasha. Trinam Tribhuvanam Rama Nairashya Alankrita Akrite. So, O Rama, one who is completely free from worldly desires, never care for this world, because for him this world is like a hoof print of a cow. So this is the idea we have to keep in mind. Friends, again and again I say that this is not the only path. This is one of the paths. And this is the beauty of the Sanatana Dharma, the Hindu Dharma, that it never says that this is the only thing that you must have to learn and then you must follow. Whether you like it or not, whether it's possible it or not, you must do it. No, it is not like that. It is only for those for whom it is possible, because Advaita Jnana is really, really very difficult. The Advaita Jnana, what he is doing, he is doing like this, and then afterwards he is going on telling the beautiful story. I won't go in details of the whole story, but in that story also the Rishi Vasistha saying the same thing. Last Sunday also I mentioned that Shankaracharya, because from this scriptures only he is giving us that idea, that he wrote Koba Daridrohi. Now those who are hankering for the name, fame, physical comfort of this world, Shankara is telling, Shankaracharya, that they are really poor, because they do not know what vast thing they are missing. The one Rishi was there, and a king came and told, he was not believing the God and anything, the spiritual life, the king. So he came to the Rishi and sarcastically told, "Oh, hi, renouncer, how are you?" The Rishi came with the folded hands and said, "Sir, what I have renounced? Nothing. I have renounced only a little thing that I was having, and instead of 2 rooms, I am now having only 1 room. That's all." "But you are a great renouncer," I should say. The king told, "How come? I have not left anything." But no, you have left the God. That is a great renouncement. I have renounced only this little world, but you have renounced the whole God and only for this temporary world. So that's jokes, they go like this. The Koba Daridrohi, who is poor? The Shankaracharya himself giving the answer, Bishala Trishna, a person who is having the great desires. It's nothing wrong when we are householders, so obviously we go out and use our talent, our intellect, our capacity to earn money, to maintain the family. Then after hard that work, sometimes at the weekend we go with the family to enjoy a little outside. That is nothing wrong. This is all Swadharma. But when there is a constant desire to enjoy, That is the sin. Within the limited thing, if a householder is enjoying, there is no sin. So that exactly what the Shankara is telling, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, and we have to understand, because sometimes those who are listening to this type of talk, they get disturbed. And they say, then whatever we are doing are not good. Because this world is completely temporary, it is just like the water in a mirage. And you people are telling that what we are doing over here, shall you not leave it and go away? Where you are going to go? It is all in the mind. That is exactly what the story the Vasistha told. The original Vasistha, a lot of stories are there. We are not going through all the stories, but here I like to just mention that there is a story of 3 characters are there in the story. One, the king Padma, and his queen Leela, and Devi Saraswati. Leela was a beautiful queen, and King Padma was not only a very successful, popular king, and his physical power was unmatched, and he was also very good looking, very handsome. So everything was good. One day, the queen was thinking, as the king was sleeping, the queen got up and looked at that sleeping king, and she suddenly started thinking, what will happen if the king is dead? Now he is sleeping, there is almost no life, no activity. So if this happens suddenly, that the king is not getting up, he is just like lying like this, what will happen to me? Now the world is full of joy. So I should practice austerity and pray to the God that even after death, the king's spirit should not leave me. King should live ever with me here. So she started practicing austerity every night, and she never disclosed this to the king. She was doing herself. Night after night, when the king goes to sleep, the queen will get up and sit for meditation, pray to God, and all these things were going on. Very sincerely she was praying, and then one day Devi Saraswati appeared before her. Why Devi Saraswati? The goddess of learning. She came to teach this Leela, and through Leela to us too. Then she told, daughter, what do you want? Why you are practicing austerity? Then the Leela said, O goddess, when the king is dead, I want that his spirit should be here. Then the Saraswati told, okay, I grant that. Then time passed, and when the king was 72 years old, and in a fight, he was wounded and he couldn't succumb to that, and he passed away. Then immediately Leela sat for meditation, prayed to the mother and told, you gave the word that he should not leave. Well, I gave the word, and it will be that don't burn his dead body, or cover with the flower. The whole body should be covered with the flower. His body was covered with the flower. The king was there. The queen could feel. Then she started asking the Devi Saraswati, Mother, can you please tell me what we were before this life? Now the queen is also becoming old, aged. That she felt that I am also going to die. What will happen after my death? Shall I be with my husband or not? And what happened in this life? Suddenly we both came together, became husband and wife. What about our past life? Since the mother is so gracious on me, let me learn about all this. Then she asked, Mother, can you please tell me and show me what we were in our previous life? The mother told, okay, come with me. And the queen started traveling with Devi Saraswati. And there is a lot of descriptions. They were flying and then went to a beautiful place. It was almost like a flower garden, a beautiful river. By the side of the river, inside the flower garden, there was a cottage. And there the queen saw that she is sitting as a wife of a sage. And sage is Vasistha. That's the name they are taking, not our this Vasistha. Now this Vasistha Muni, the same name, another sage was there. Then the Leela was taken up. How come that I am sitting over here? But because it is you. And that sage that you see is your husband, and who became king in this life, and he was a sage in the previous life and used to live over here. So can I go and see how we used to live? She came down and she saw that it is a small heart but nicely kept, and she was happy, and he was thinking, oh, we were happy in this, and now we are in the palace. How it is? Then the mother told, do you like to see the other incarnations also? You are again and again, you two are taking birth, and you are becoming the wife and he is becoming the husband, and you have traveled so many lives, So is it? So come. Then the mother took her to a very high altitude. From there, they saw that the two great armies are coming to fight each other. And one army was led by the Leela's husband, and he was there as a king, and the different king. The Leela told then where I am. You are his wife. You were in there. Now they are fighting, and in this fight he will die again. You will also die. It is going on and on. So is it? And how vast is it is? You like to see the vastness? Come, I will show you. The whole universe I will show you. And she took to a place where there was a small playground sort of thing. And what are those things? Whether these are the Himalayas, Mount Meru, the small heights something, and the Saraswati was showing, so this is the whole universe. See all those, they are all oceans, the great oceans of the world. And all those little higher places, this is nothing but, so they could just walk on that. That is so small. This is the whole universe? Yes. Like this, there are millions of universe. Friends, why the story the Vasistha was telling to Sri Rama, to say that we think that this world is so vast, so big, and we are in this America, and this is a strong country, powerful country, and so big country, and that is a small country, and when we go to that level, then they look at us and we see that small thing and nothing else. Like the children, when they are playing on the seashore, they make with the sand different type of houses and these, that, and they will be all thinking that this is the palace and this is the king's separate room, this is this, this is that. Only they are imagining, and that it is there. If you go and ask the child, what is this one? Oh, you can't understand. This is the palace of the king, the famous king. See, the king is sitting over here. A little tiny doll may be sitting there. For you, it is all funny. But for the child, it is all permanent. It is all real. And she is so much associated with that. Maybe some of the young boys, they were running, they run over that, they broke the whole thing, the child will cry. All the time we see that. Saraswati showed this to the Queen Leela. Say, look at that, everything is happening like this. Then if you are observing, you will find that it is nothing, it is nothing. And the Leela saw the countless creations floating like the dust particle in light. Countless creations. So all this creation, if we think in that level, then only we will be humble. Otherwise, we always think this is a very huge thing, heavy. And yesterday only somebody told that someone from India, he has come, that because of the discussion was going on, the COVID, this thing that, and the serum, he has come from India to the Great Britain, and the house that he will be leaving from now, every week, it will be 59 crores of rupees, like that. I have forgotten. There's a huge amount every week is spending, because very spacious building may be, whatever it may be. But now if you look at that spacious building, what will be there? A little bit of open space and little swimming pool and the one bedroom. And when you go to bed and sleep on that bed, you do not know where you are sleeping. And everything, your wants are very, very limited. When you are living, surviving, it is very, very limited. We don't need such big things. But desire. I am rich man, so I should have something. And how you came to know? Because it was published in the newspapers. Who gave the information? That man gave. Why? So that the people will appreciate, oh, look at it. He is so rich man. That ego only and nothing else. Nothing else. So this ego, at this moment we are having, as the child who is playing, sitting on the seashore with the sand, almost the same. That is exactly the wise people will say. So Leela, the queen, who was so eager to keep the life of her husband, thinking this is the only life we are living, that I cannot part with my husband. Now what she learned? They were there many times. And not only that, is the millions and millions of creations are just floating like the dust particles. As we see that millions of dust particles, and like that, if we see that a sun ray is coming, and if you look at that, so many dust particles will be there. Just like that, so many creations. So many times we are taking birth. So many times we are having relation with these and that. And we are enjoying suffering. After that, at least we should have this knowledge, enough is enough. So that is exactly when that comes, that knowledge comes, we understand this, the futility of this world and life and all these praising and things. Then it says that he goes to the Guru and says, oh Guru, please help me. Save me, because whole world is burning and I am dying over there. It's every time I am taking birth, taking a form, not that every time human birth, it may be different. And why should I? Many a times in the story, many a times, this king and the queen, they took birth of mosquito. If you read that, very funny. They were both mosquitoes, and sometimes they were fishes, and sometimes they were birds. But continuously, as because they are attached to each other, continuously, life after life, both of them they are going, traveling, but different forms, different names, different lifestyle, different everything, but continuously going on. The king could not understand it though. But the queen, as because she was meditating and praying, though the prayer and meditation was with an object that king should live with me even after his death, and I should live with the king even after my death. That was the object of meditation and prayer. But when, by the grace of the Devi Saraswati, she came to learn about this, this is all futile. So many million times we have already lived. And am I going to repeat the same thing another million times? So that was her thought. And then she said, "O Divine Mother, now I understand that both of us are a pure consciousness, appear many different forms through Maya." This is the knowledge. Through this story, the Vasistha Rishi was telling Sri Ramachandra, "Oh Rama, look at it." So this is the story, and it beautifully described the story. And then finally, when the Leela, the queen, understood they are nothing but the consciousness, both. They are nothing but consciousness. They are not separate. The consciousness, the eternal consciousness, it is all the time, every time. Only they are thinking that one is a male, another is a female, one is a rishi, another is a wife, and a king and the queen, and different time. So all this is going on. Rama asked Rishi. Now in the story, the Rishi was telling the Saraswati took the Leela on the higher level, and then they came down on these to that. Rama is telling, I have understood that there is no time, it is eternal. But what about the directions? So he is asking. Rama asked Rishi Vasistha, Sir, what do people mean by above, below, and so on, when only infinite is truth? In the story, the Rishi was telling, the Saraswati took her on the top of the hill and then took her there. So up, down, this side, that side. He was, because the story, the Rama understood it, and to make it very clear, as there is no time, because in the story, they told, see, look at it, you were that, and that your husband was the Rishi and you were the wife, you used to live in this beautiful place. Then your husband became the king, you became the queen, you are living in this palace, and you were the mosquito, used to live in this, all there. Now, when they were traveling, they were mentioning up, down, this side, that side. The Rama wants to get it clear. So, what is this? But he never said, you mentioned. He said, people said. What do people mean by above, below, and so on, when only infinite is truth? And the master gave a beautiful answer. And he said that, O Rama, just as when little ants crawl on all over a round rock, an ant is walking on a round rock, what is under their feet is always below. When the ants are walking on a round rock, so this is giving the answer. When the ants are walking on a round rock, whatever is there below their feet is below. And when whatever is behind there, that is always above. Because the walking, and then they will go above. There is nothing at the back, because the round. Beautiful answer he gave. There is no time, there is no directions, and there is no space also. So this he says, I say again, just as when little ants crawl on over a round rock, what is under their feet is always below, and what is behind their back is always above. These are directions people talk about. In reality, there is nothing. Friends, these are the conceptions. Again and again, we have to understand. So we should not get confused. Our position at this moment as a student, we are just learning. And then those who are sincere, interested also, so they will practice. The more they are practicing, they will understand it much better way. What is the practice? To be free from desire. That is the practice. How you will do it, that is up to you. And that is why so many different religious paths. The Hinduism, and in Hinduism so many varieties. So we have to understand, in the Hinduism there are so many varieties of the things that there. Then one teacher is telling that you should behave like this, you should practice like this. Ultimately where you are going? To this, that the desire should be completely gone from my mind. How you do, that is your choice. There is no hard and fast rule. I should be free from the desire. There are some traditional ways. If you are taking the holy name of God, trying to develop love for God, attachment for God, so slowly, automatically, one thought will go into your mind and another thought will automatically become weak and go away. So world and the God, these are the two things are there. The God is the creator and his creation is the world. It's better to go to the creator. If the kingdom and the king is there, and if the king says, do you like to choose me or a part of my kingdom, then I should go to the king, because if the king becomes my friend, I can go anywhere of this kingdom. Exactly the same story we hear in the Mahabharata. It's not a story that happened. Arjuna and also that is the not Duryodhana, sorry. Arjuna and Duryodhana, both they went to Krishna. Sorry for that. I'm becoming old, forgetting things. So this Arjuna and Duryodhana, they went to Krishna, and Krishna offered what? I will be in one side, and my whole our soldiers will be in another side. Whom do you like to choose? Arjuna never made the mistake. He chose the Krishna. We know that. So we should go to the God. And when you go to the God, the world also slowly go away from us and there will be no desire. So that is exactly what he is telling. Now to the realized soul see this world as ordinary people see world in their dreams. The Vasistha Muni is telling how the realized soul look at this world. They don't deny it. That is a wrong conception. When you think, oh, there is no world at all, they are just moving away, and when the tram is coming and the car is coming, they will collide with the car because they don't see the car. Not like that at all. They see this world. But how do they see that? They say, the people, they see the world in their dreams. Ordinary people, when we see the world in our dreams, how we feel? As if it is real, as if. And then when we get up from the sleep and our dream is broken, we know, oh, that was not there. Only difference is this: a person of knowledge is constantly knowing that this is not permanent. That is the difference and nothing else. This is not permanent. They all know it. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, if I knew this world as permanent, I would have covered my birthplace Kamarpukur with gold. That is exactly what happens. After the realization, a man of knowledge, he is living in this world. That's why Jivana Mukta, we are discussing about the Jivana Mukta. But how he is living? As if he is living in a dream world. He is not attached at all, but enjoying the whole thing. Friends, he is mentioning, O Rama, the man of wisdom is ever free from any desire, like the empty pitcher. Any desire like the empty pitcher. Inside nothing, outside nothing. Inside only the space, inside only the air, outside also the same thing. But no material. Again, the wise is full like the pitcher immersed in the ocean. In the 14th verse, he is telling, Antashunna Bahishunna Shunna Kumbha Ibambare. Ambara means the space. Now the pitcher, if it is there, just hanging, inside also nothing, outside also nothing, it's just like that. So they know I am having this body, Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta is having the body, having the name, having a mind, but his consciousness, his idea, his knowledge is constant 24 hours. This world is completely empty and the outside is also empty. Antashunna, inside it is nothing. Bahishunna, outside also there is nothing. Shunna kumbha, then giving the example, Shunna kumbha iba ambare. Again he is telling, this is a shunna, negative. Now in a positive way, Anta purna, it is full, inside it is full. Bahi purna, again outside also full. How? Example, Purna kumbha iba arnabe, ambare arnabe. Arnab means the ocean. Suppose you are putting that pitcher inside the water. What happens? It's full with water. Outside, water. Suppose you emptied that water and hang it in the air. Inside, nothing, only air. Outside, nothing, only air. Can you imagine that conception? We are living and living with this idea. This is my body, and here there is a mind. I am thinking, I am also pondering. All this, but my consciousness, my knowledge is ever present, that outside and inside the same. I am not separate, I am not different, I am not at all individual. I am one of this great creation. And what is that? Consciousness. So that is the ultimate goal of the Gyanis. Friends, the same thing in different scripture, different teachers, in a different way, they are going on telling us. Why? Because this is so difficult to understand. So the repetition, so we can understand it slowly as we are going on repeating. You know, when the children are learning ABCD, the teachers will ask them, the parents will ask them, go on repeat. ABCD again and again. Wherever they go, oh, my child has learned how to pronounce the ABCD. Please tell it, and uncle will listen, and the baby and the child will be very happy to tell. By repeating again and again, they remember, we remember that. So here also it says, abhyasa, go on practicing that I am that consciousness. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. I am that pure consciousness. Though I am having, right this moment I am having a body, because I am Jivana Mukta. There is a Videha Mukta. There are many people, ordinary people. Jivan Mukta is very, very rare. The Videha Mukta, that is also the blessed only they have. So why? Because the desire should not be there. As long as they are living, they have a little desire. Then after that, when they die, because of the previous karma phala, so they were living and they were going on doing in this way. But in the meantime, they have perfected themselves. So when they die, they become free. What is this free? As you were telling, the yuga, in all these yugas, one after another, inside the yuga, Shatta yuga, all the 4 yugas, then a kalpa. And after that, another kalpa. In that, they are not going to go. They will be free from that. Or otherwise, if desire is there, they have to go on traveling. And in every travel, in every life, most of the time we are suffering, as they call, sometime when Swamiji was telling, 99% suffering, only 1%. And we are thinking, oh, that happiness will come again, that happiness will come again. No, not like that. And it says in the 15th verse, it says, Ipshita anipshito nasto. They're talking about the Jivana Mukta, the person who is already free, no desire, but still surviving. How they are surviving, that is the mysterious thing. They are surviving, they must be eating, they must be roaming, they must be talking, and without desire, how it is possible? If you read the biography of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you will find that sometimes he is telling, I like to visit that person, to go and meet him. Or I like to eat this. I like to dress like this. I like to do like that. And sometimes he will go and pray to the Divine Mother Kali, Mother, please send some pure-hearted devotee. I like to talk to them about God. So by that way only, these are the desires, by that way only he is bringing down his mind so that he can spread the Dharma Pratishta, that is the main duty of the avatara, the main goal, so he can do that. That's all. Not that he wants to leave, only for that, just to keep the body. And if you read the biography of Ma Saradamani Devi, she was also a perfected soul long before, and when the Sri Ramakrishna passed away, left his mortal coil, the mother also decided to give up her body. Then the Sri Ramakrishna came and told her, you have to continue and fulfill the mission for which I advented. So when he said that, the mother was telling, no, there is nothing for me to hold on. Then Sri Ramakrishna showed that a little child was crawling at the back of her mother. The mother was struck mad. The lady was not caring for the small baby. The mother's heart became complete, full with the compassion. She went and picked up that baby. And immediately Sri Ramakrishna appeared before her and said, this is Yoga Maya. Keeping your mind on this Yoga Maya, the power, special power of God, in the form of small little baby girl, you should leave. So without desire, one cannot survive. These holy souls, what are their desires? Swami Vivekananda's desire only is to establish an organization which will go on spreading the religion, true religion, the knowledge that is religion, all everywhere. Friends, today is the 2nd May. Yesterday, the 1st May, 1897, Swami Vivekananda established this great monastic mission. This monastic organization, the twin organization, one is the Ramakrishna Math, another is the Ramakrishna Mission. The mission means they have something to perform. And what is that? Swami Vivekananda himself said, to make people aware about their divine nature and to help them to manifest it. So that is exactly what we are trying. And in some places like India and Asian countries like Nepal and Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, we are trying to help people, giving them education, health care and all those things, so that they slowly, the moment they come, you always say, you have tremendous power. Only try to understand that, manifest that through education, not that you have to go and ask for this. Manifest that power. What is that power? Self-confidence. And that is the Vedanta of Vivekananda. Self-confidence, no ego. So this is the mission going on. But understanding this world is nothing. The world that is there is nothing. Still we are doing this. Why? Because as long as our prarabdha, all the past work that we did, and for that we have got this life, this body, this name, all the situation, and we have to utilize this to go beyond this. So this we have to understand. Ipsita anipsito nasto yasya antabastu drishtishu supta eva pravarteta samukta iti kathyate. In the verse 15 it says like this: a liberated soul behaves as if a sleeping person working. Sometimes some people, even when they are sleeping, they will be walking, they will be taking up something and putting in some other place. They will be just like that, they will be not knowing what they are doing. The liberated soul also do the same way. That means they are not attached at all, but doing the same thing. And very perfectly they do. Whatever they have been asked to do, they will do it very perfectly, but at the same time, completely unattached. At this moment, if we close our eyes and try to imagine that in our life we are performing all these things, whatever the duties and responsibilities we have taken up, as a father, as a mother, as a son, as a daughter, husband, wife, whatever, we are performing, perfectly performing, but we know that we are not this. That detachment, we are with everyone, but completely free. Padma Patri Mambasa, and it says that the water that is on the leaf of a lotus, it is rolling all over that small leaf, but nothing happens to the leaf. It goes down any time. So this is the way we have to live. Supta eva pravartita samukta iti kathyate. When a man in sleep, walking and doing work, a man very much awake, aware, performing all this without being attached. Since there is no desire in the mind of a wise person, he, she is completely free while living. This is the Jivanamukta condition. Nirganthi Shanta Shandeha Shanta Shandeha Jivanamukta Sabhavataha. Nirganthi, it says there is no knot. Ni means negative, no. Granthi, the knot, nirganthi, Shanta, Santa Sandeha. Santa means no, or eradicated, gone away. What? Sandeha, the doubts. This is very peculiar. Sometimes we believe in God and sometimes the same mind will say, no, there is no God. Suppose I have prayed and the prayer was answered, all my wishes were fulfilled, then we say, oh, there is God. And whatever I pray, He always listens and I get everything from the God. There are so many stories are there. But if the same God is not listening, then what will happen? Immediately I doubt about the existence of God. The long back in Andaman, I met a gentleman. So he told Swamiji, I was praying to the God for such a long time. But now at the fag end of my life, when I am old, suddenly my son, the grown-up son, and he was 27 years old at those days, 27 years old, somehow he passed away. And seeing the son passed away just before her, the mother, my wife, also didn't survive. She also passed away. Then I am all alone now. I have 2 daughters, but the daughters will get married and then go away. Then what will happen to me? Why have I prayed to God for this? I remember that is, when everything is positive, is good, my wife, my children, and my job and the success, then the God is there. And the moment there is a problem, the God is not there. I told that that time I told him, he said, at this moment I don't like to say anything. You just ponder. When you were praying for a happy life, the goddess, the God whom you pray, gave it. Now, this life you have prayed, maybe you have done something in the past life. For that, you prayed, "Oh God, I like to realize you." The two prayer. One, you did in the past life, about which you are not aware now, but the God is not forgetting. So you told, "Oh God, let me enjoy this life for some time, and then I like to realize you." Okay? Now God gave you all enjoyment in this life. The beautiful wife, the children, the family, and this life and successful life. Now you have forgotten that you prayed to God that you will try to realize God. Do you remember that? God is now giving you the reminder, "Hey, now you have enjoyed enough. Come back to me." Then I told much afterwards. But I told him, "See, sometimes this happened. Just remember, we are a very young boy playing outside in the field. Mother allowed me to play. And when I was playing over there, I forgot that I have to go back. It is now dark, it is evening, I have to go back. I have to wash myself and sit for the study. Next morning, I have to go to school." Mother remembers that. I have forgotten. I am so happy with the ball. Now, the mother is calling me back. When I am not going, she is taking away all my playthings. She took away all the friends. "Hey, go away." The friends have also gone. Then she has taken away the bat and the ball and whatever the playthings that he was having. Why? Because now I have to go back to home. It is the call the mother has given to you, the God has given to you, that you have to go back to home, the real home. That gentleman became very friendly with me. It happens. So when we are praying for something, we are aware for the prayer. But we forgot that we prayed for something, sometime in past life, and we prayed for the God realization. Isn't that good? That's why the God is reminding us, giving us some pain, apparent pain. "Oh, my child is dead, my wife is dead, oh, my family is breaking." This is all terrible pain right this moment I am thinking. But this pain may turn towards the God, and you will get a great boost up in the spiritual life. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was in great dilemma, and he was thinking, what is going to happen to me? And that pain, the terrible condition, what happened to Arjuna? He said, "No, I am not going to fight and then I am leaving." No, he didn't do that. He said, "I am not going to fight because I cannot. I have lost all strength. But I take refuge in you, O God." Isn't it? Those who have read the Bhagavad Gita, you know, and you know the story of the Mahabharata. Arjuna, though he was confused, he collapsed almost. But the main thing he did in his life, taking the refuge in God. Shishyasteham sadhimam tam prapanyam. We should also, it says, the nirganti, shanta sandeha, jivan mukta svabhavataha. All doubts go away. And what happens to the jivan mukta? No doubt at all. Whatever happen, God is there. No, never will doubt. And in the Mundaka Upanishad, you also find the same idea with a very nicely it is putting like this: Vidyante hridaya granthi chidyante sarva samsayaha. Vidyante hridaya granthi. That means the knot about the desire, about the fear. Why we are afraid? Because the desire may not be fulfilled. And even the desire is fulfilled, will I be able to protect it, hold it for all time? So the always fear is there because the duality. But in Vedanta says, moment that is gone, there is no duality and no fear. I am the monarch of whatever I survey. Everything is me and everything is I, and all the consciousness is nothing but me. So, Nirganti Shanta Sandeha Jivan Mukta Sabhavata. Nirganti means no knots, and Shanta Sandeha, no doubts, and he is a liberated person. Friends, we will continue in our next class again, but we have to again and again remember that only two things are there. One is consciousness. Another, the consciousness coming down through the glass of Maya. And when that Maya, it is passing through Maya, the same consciousness, suppose it is a light, consciousness passing through, the light is passing through the prism of Maya, and different type of colors are coming. We are confused with these colors. Is this red? Is this yellow? Is this black? Is what? Now the scripture is taking us to that place where we are going beyond the prism and beyond the Maya. And then what we see? That condition, if we can reach, we will be blessed. That is called Jivana Mukta. Only light and joy and nothing else. Thank you.
The first question is from Sashi Bhushan. He is asking if Creator alone is the truth and destiny of human beings, then why God's name or picture does not stay in mind easily like worldly things? Sashi Bhushan.
The very good question, Shashi Bhushan ji. Because of Maya, that is the problem. Because because of the desire, we have so many varieties. Some are expressed, some are subtle. So many desires are there. And that is the reason when we are trying to take it back, the Maya will come and say, no, 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 come, let us play. So we are not able to concentrate on the picture or the name of God. That is the challenge. That is called sadhana. Constantly we have to fight. In the Hindu scripture, you will see all the gods and goddesses are having the weapons. But the Hindu religion is a very mild religion. It never goes and fight with anyone. So all our gods and goddesses are having the weapons. Why? Power. What is that power? Our mental power, strength. So that is nothing but the symbolic. So we have to fight with the demon. What is the demon? The demon is our desire. Nothing is outside. Everything is within me. I have to fight with my desires. So I have a black side, I have a bright side. So all the time the collisions are going on, fightings are going on, and we call this Daiva Asura, the Juddha. But this is nothing outside. Never give up the hope. Even if as a flash the picture of God comes in your mind, and if you can repeat somehow 11 times, that will be sufficient. Just don't give up. Then it will be successful.
The next question is from Amarnath Sen. He is asking, does happiness come after following Thakur's ideal or following the true ideal overtaking bad time?
See, the happiness, Amarnath ji, if you are mentioning as the worldly happiness, of course. Then the bad times and good times, and these are all there. And then ultimately we get the happiness. But that happiness will also again be temporary. But if we are trying to realize the God, see God within our heart and constantly take the name, and we can go and remember all the divine play that the God already performed, so that is a permanent happiness. I think we should try to get the permanent happiness. Thank you.
The next question is, how to control resistance of mind?
So, abhyasa, abhyasa, abhyasa. That is the ultimate thing. Our mind is more powerful. But the mind is having the two different sides. If you are going to go with the mind, it will take you to always towards the world. And you will suffer. Again the mind will say, oh, this time you are suffering, no problem. Another. And that is why the people will find they did something, then afterwards they suffered. Instead of giving up, they will repeat the same thing. So that is why they are going on and on. So now what we should do, we should go to the other side of the mind, which says this is the mind of the rishis, mind of the scripture and the teachings of the scripture, that we should give up the desire. And what is that desire? Worldly desire. And another desire, forceful desire, we should generate in our mind. What is that desire? Desire to go to God. Go to that Atman. Desire to know myself. Desire to know who I really am. So if we go into that, then it will be permanent and there will be no problem. As because we are studying the book of knowledge, it is all the path of knowledge we are following. So we should say, we are eternally pure. Only by mistake we have taken a blanket on us and we are thinking that we are in the dark. No, just remove the dark blanket. You see, there is only light. We need not to go to search for the light. We need not to go to find the light. It is already there. Only remove the blanket of our karma phala, blanket of our desire. That's all.
Sashi Bhushan is asking again, Swami Paramahamsa and Swami Vivekananda's teachings look like very different, in brackets, unattached and devotion towards God versus high activity and strength. How to bring in practice balance between these two?
No. Paramahamsa, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda both are telling the same thing, but according to the student, that temperament and mental. That's why in the beginning, and many times I repeat, we are studying the Yoga Vasistha, and this is a book, very high, ultimate knowledge they are talking about. The Vasistha is giving to Sri Ramachandra. Not all people can. That you are only the one and there is nothing. And when to reach to that knowledge, which is the truth, and at this moment, as because we are just learners, what we should do, as always in the tradition they say, every morning and evening get up and wash yourself, and if you have taken the name of God from a guru, repeat those mantra, read little from 1 or 2 pages from the scripture, and when you are working, constantly try to repeat the holy name of God, only that much, have faith. If you have taken the mantra diksha from a guru, whatever he has said, just follow that. And then slowly, slowly, your mind will be purified, and then we will understand we are searching for God, and that God is nothing but our consciousness. And the difference that God is different, I am different, that is ultimate. It will go away. And even if it doesn't go, we can't reach to the summit of that, at least we will go to God. As the devotees say, we will go near to God, we will live near God, we will listen to God, and that is also very, very happy. And they say heaven, the heavenly pleasure, heavenly joy. So that also we will get. So try to follow whatever the instructions your guru has given, or you find by reading Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's book. Thank you. So friends, let us say Shanti 3 times and we conclude. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat.